For most adults, this is just sensory noise, a blur of primary colors and high-frequency melodies designed to keep a toddler's eyes fixed on a screen. But the scale of this content is hard to ignore. This specific imagery belongs to a media ecosystem that commands billions of views, creating a cultural footprint that rivals the largest film franchises in the world. When you look at the raw text, it seems empty. The phrase do makes up more than half of the entire transcript, repeating with a frequency that suggests a complete lack of narrative depth. Yet, if we look past the repetition, we find a sequence of events that follows a strictly logical progression, one that mirrors a much older form of storytelling. There is a tension here. While the melody remains upbeat and innocent, the words themselves describe a high-stakes drama where the characters are constantly on the move. To understand why this song is so effective, we have to stop viewing it as a simple nursery rhyme and start looking at it through the lens of a 3-act play. The first 5 stanzas serve a specific purpose. They build the world. Each verse introduces a new character, organizing them by size and generation. The sequence starts with the baby and moves up through parents and grandparents, creating a clear, predictable hierarchy defining their world. During these verses, nothing happens, no action or conflict. The repetition reinforces they belong to a single, unified group. This mirrors a real-world biological concept, the multi-generational pod. In the wild, large predators often live and move in these tightly knit units to ensure their collective survival. These sharks aren't just swimming together, they're part of a cooperative structure. The song uses human family language to describe a group of apex predators. By the time the 5th stanza ends, the song has established a sense of total security, framing these hunters as a wholesome and familiar family unit. In stanza 6, the static world finally moves. The line, "Let's go play," introduces the first action into the story. But that invitation is immediately followed by a command, "Run away." The tone shifts instantly from a social invitation to a desperate warning. This creates a split narrative. We see sharks moving to play, while an unnamed group is forced into flight. The rhythmic repetition now builds pressure. As characters move from playing to fleeing, the do becomes urgent. The ecological reality becomes clear. The perspective has shifted from the hunters to the prey, who are now scattering in an attempt to survive. In terms of story structure, this is the rising action. Every verse from this point forward increases the speed and the stakes of the movement. This sudden jump between the concept of play and the reality of flight is what creates the narrative hook, engaging the viewer in the outcome of the chase. The climax arrives in stanzas 8 and 9. The language drops all pretense, moving from play to hungry sharks, and finally, feed the sharks. The doot now functions like a pulse. It marks the final moments of the chase, as the distance between the predator and the prey disappears. This is the end of the hunt. The predators have reached their goal, and the cycle of the food chain is completed. The upbeat tempo of the music effectively masks the fact that the story has just reached a fatal conclusion. The final stanza, "It's the end," acts as the resolution. The hunt is over, the tension is gone, and the song returns to its original, quiet rhythm. This is a survival story. By placing the mechanics of a predator-prey chase inside a nursery rhyme, the song delivers a lesson in nature while keeping the experience feeling safe for its audience. The global success of this microstory suggests that children's media doesn't have to be mindless. By stripping a story down to its most fundamental elements of family, threat, and survival, it creates a structure that is nearly impossible to look away from.